Hello and welcome to Follow the Money. I'm Robert San. Here we uncover the stories and strategies of how money really moves. And today we're joined by Mr. Sammy Lim. He's the Director for Tourism, Franchising, and Retail of the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And we'll be talking about franchising, tourism, and the Filipino business DNA. Welcome to the show, Sir Sammy. Thank you for joining us.
For inviting me. Yeah.
Okay. Sir Sammy, let's start with this. Now, how has franchising changed the way Filipinos approach business today?
Well, franchising basically is using other people's money, other people's time, other people's organization. So now a person is able to multiply his number of businesses that he can be engaged in. Okay, you can either have 500 franchisees, and they will be paying you royalties if you're able to develop the franchise program.
Now, Sir Sammy, why do you think so many first-time entrepreneurs are going this route of franchising their businesses on an early stage?
Well, uh, let's get back. Not all businesses are ready for franchise yet. So they have to go through a survey or a questionnaire that we send to them to see if they're ready for franchise. And there are many things that they have to do, among which basically is to make sure that the operations are consistent and easy to teach. And the bottom line is they must have an operations manual, literally of 160 pages, that a high school graduate can read, because they are the people who will be managing the franchise and not usually the owners.
So basically, managing that you shouldn't really grow too fast. Sometimes the entrepreneurs, when they see that the business booms right away, they want to grow too fast. So you teach them maybe where where to go.
And when you tell them not to be blinded by the check that they're going to give you for franchising, you have to make sure that you're ready for franchising. If not, a business that's not good is a business that will fail very quickly.
Now, how is the tourist boom here in the Philippines helping franchising businesses grow today here in the Philippines?
Well, wherever we go throughout the country, we want to have some comfort food, comfort place to shop, to buy your daily necessities, to convenience stores, and basic services. You don't want to try something. You want to try a few new things, but basically 80% of the time you want to try something that is branded, that you know of, because you're sure of their delivery of services.
Now you were saying about food. Now, sir, now what kind of businesses are really working for the franchisee here?
Well, food is the easiest to franchise, but it's also the most competitive. The margin for food is only about 35%. But when you go to services, which is could be spa, hairdressing, nails, fingernails,
It has much higher margins.
you do it about 80%. Anything on services, personal services is 80% margin.
Between the services market and the product market, which is more capital intensive? And when you give advice to new entrepreneurs who want to go into franchising, what do you usually say to them?
Well, product franchising is expensive because of the inventory. You don't just supply the inventory of the store. You still have enough inventory in your warehouse to supply them. Whereas services is very uh, less, much less dependent on capitalization.
Now, what's one mistake do you usually see from new entrepreneurs going into franchising, and how do you correct them?
Uh, the mistake a person, a franchise does is he feels that if he gets somebody to buy the franchise, they can go on their own. But precisely, the franchisee pays you a franchise fee so that you can hold their hands and let them operate until they are able to really be successful. And that takes usually a few months of learning.
Now, when we talk about franchising, mostly it's here in Metro Manila. Now, how can we see micro franchising do better and go outside of Metro Manila?
Uh, I have to correct that. No, when franchise started, it's basically from Manila out, but now it is reversed. I would say only 40% of the franchise business are from Manila going out. The 60% are from provinces coming down to Manila. So I would say 30% are coming from North Luzon, South Luzon, another 30% coming from Visayas.
So it's really changed. It started here, but now everything's coming from the province going now into Manila. Why the change?
Well, I think people want something new. In Manila, we see them
Saturated.
saturated, and people want to see something new. And the provincial franchise usually are something exotic and something new.
Now we came from a 2 year, almost more than 2 year of a pandemic. What new opportunities did you see in franchising coming out of the pandemic?
A very interesting thing that happened during pandemic is everybody's at home and they have no business. They're not working, so they create a small business from their home, and from their home they start to I would say franchise, but to expand it to others' community, and that's what franchising is all about. It's expanding from one community to the next. So this homegrown franchise business has become very successful franchise.
Now that we see a lot of those during the pandemic who lost their jobs starting to become entrepreneurs, the small business, what kind of advice do you give them if they want to grow their business and go into franchising?
Franchise is a science and an art, no? So you really have to get it done well. I said the franchise operations manual is something that is most important, but you also have to do the business plan, where the money will be coming from, franchise fee, royalty, marketing fee, management fee, and the legal documents that will make it clear who is going to be responsible for the success of the business. Is it the franchisee or the franchisor? So there will be no misunderstanding. So it's a bit more complicated than that.
So you provide them with a playbook, a guide to make sure that they start properly.
That's right. We give them what we call a franchise development program that takes about 6 months to finish.
6 months. That is that long or can that be shortened?
No, 6 months you'll complete the manual, a complete development program, but in 3 months you can start with the basic core content and start the business already.
So it's really important to start right. Yung mga iba, since they don't really get that kind of guidance, they have somewhere to look to now.
Because they have to understand, if a franchisee failed and they sue you, you will lose much more money than what you got.
I know. Oh yeah, that's a lot of I guess your reputation usually is at stake when you start that, and if you go into franchise, you really have to think about it. Now, Sir Sammy, how can we make franchising more inclusive for small town entrepreneurs?
What the Philippine Franchise Association has done is gone all over the country, from Visayas, Mindanao, and North Luzon, South Luzon, to give precisely the seminar on how to franchise your business, which is basically telling people, to evaluate and to see whether they're franchisable now or they have to do some improvement to be franchising their business. And this is probably just a 3-hour seminar. But we also do that online once in a while. So look at the PFA website for the next upcoming how to franchise your business seminar.
And finally, Sir Sammy, when you look at the next generation of young entrepreneurs who also go into franchising, what gives you hope?
What gives me hope is that a lot of the franchisee now are new graduates. It's either they on their own do not want to go into a job and just get paid. They want to earn money. Number two is their parents, instead of giving them sum of money to start their business, they say, why don't you buy a franchise? Because that is greater rate of success, which has 97% success rate versus going on your own business, which is only 25% rate of success.
Do you think everybody should be in franchising? Their business, whether small or big?
I think so. We're a bit, you know, optimistic. We say from birth to death, we can franchise your business. So from those nurses that give birth, what do you call them? Yeah.
Birth
To,
pains?
yeah. No, the nurse that actually help in delivery of babies up to the mortuary. We are able to franchise.
From start to finish. So that guidance is really from the beginning till the end. That's very good. Mr. Sammy Lim, thank you for joining us. Thank you for the insights. I hope a lot of our new entrepreneurs will be able to learn, especially those who are new, who think that franchising is an easy route. You need a lot of guidance. And of course, the Franchise Corporation and also PCCI is there to help them and guide them. Thank you for joining us here on the show.
Thank you. Okay, thank you for having me.
Thank you very
Thank you.